Hi, if you're someone who struggles with perfectionism, with overthinking, then this video is for you. Just know that what I'm gonna say comes from lived experience. So I'm just hoping that I can help someone out there who really needs help, right? Who needs a little bit of hope, a little bit of guidance, a little bit of inspiration, right? So if you're someone who overthinks and is a perfectionist, the one thing I have to tell you, which I hope is a relief for you, is that perfectionism actually does not exist. There's no such thing as perfection. Because if you get a stronger microscope, you can zoom in to whatever you did and find ways that you could have done it better, right? Perfectionism is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Literally doesn't exist. Now what does exist is progress, is development, is evolution, transformation. So there's a very nice saying that I like to live by, which is progress over perfection, right? I think it's a really great thing to tell yourself when you're struggling with perfectionism. And that sort of ties into overthinking as well, because I think when it comes to overthinking, we're trying to find a solution to something that might not have a clear solution, right? And I think that when it comes to overthinking, it's a matter of what is the outcome that I want and what is in my control right now to help me move towards that outcome. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, if we really ponder upon what it is that we want, it might not actually be something physical or something like a person, place, or thing. It might actually just be an emotional state that you're trying to experience, right? And so that's something to reflect upon, because that might stop the overthinking in itself. You think you're missing out by not going to that party that all your friends are going to. But if you really think about the reason why you want to be there, if it's just to get fucked up and to let loose and laugh, but the reason why you're overthinking going is because every time you go, the next day you wake up like shit because you drink so much and you have a hangover, and you're not trying to do that anymore, then you have to sort of dissect and come to the realization that what you're really wanting out of going to that party is not, like, you don't need to go to the party because you don't need to get fucked up in order to have what you want, right? Because deep down, you want to let loose. Maybe you want human connection, and you want to have a good time. You can have human connection, be loose, and have a good time without going to the party. And maybe your friends, the only way they like to have fun is to party and drink and do some sort of substances. But if you don't want to live that lifestyle anymore, then you just have to find new ways to create that same sort of joy and to get those same emotional needs met, but in a different way. And I think that when you're able to sort of look at your life in this way, where perfectionism is an illusion, progress over perfection, and whenever you have overthinking, you just think of what is the outcome that I want at the most fundamental level, and what is in my control that will help me get closer to the outcome right now. And let me take an actionable step right now that's going to help me get closer to the outcome that I want. I think if you're able to do that, then naturally you're going to overthink less, because when you take action, by nature, you get less in your head and more into your body. And then when it comes to perfectionism, when you start to sort of create the mindset of progress over perfection, then you suddenly have less attachment to the outcome of whatever it is that you're doing, because you know that perfection doesn't exist. And you're able to live a lot more fluidly in the moment, and I feel like you live a much happier life this way and a much more stable life. So I don't know if this landed, but hopefully it did. And if you have any questions, make sure to throw it down in the comments. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and if you have any future topics that you'd like to hear me talk about, make sure to comment that down below as well. All right, guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Peace.